It's not enough. I know you think you're doing the best that you possibly can, but I'm telling you right here and right now, what you're doing is not enough. Being a video editor, I spend a lot of time looking at what other editors are doing and how they do their thing. Sometimes I read a million platitudes, but sometimes I learn something new. And sometimes that thing reminds me just how wrong I'm playing this entire game. This video idea came mainly from a post I was reading about an Ask Me Anything from an editor that was making a ludicrous amount of money doing this. So naturally, I was curious what they had to say. And you know, some of the standard questions came up. How do you get your first clients? How do you X? How do you do Y? How do you do Z? But because I personally talked with them before, I had some idea about how they did things, how they did outreach and all of that. So imagine my shock and surprise when I heard the answer to the question, how many times do you do outreach in a day? And the answer was in the double freaking digits. Just so you know, because I don't think you realize just how time consuming things are done around here. Because when we're talking about 20 plus times a day, which my mind was absolutely blown by that, keeping in mind that every single time of those takes 30 minutes plus to do it. And that's at the best case scenario and you're doing it really fast. And you're telling me they did that 20 to 30 times a day? No wonder they were making such an obscene amount of money. It's a difference of an order of magnitude in the output. I'd be more surprised if they weren't making six figures off of this. It wasn't even about luck, which I thought for a long time. They literally just did 10 times the amount. And so they got 10 times the results, which made me thought of myself, I'm clearly doing something wrong or I'm being seriously inefficient. So we need to find some solutions to this so I can actually do better. Well, the first thing to do in a situation like this is to take as much of a wide-eyed view of the situation as possible. A time audit, pretty much. Where am I wasting my time? What's taking most of my time up? Am I getting distracted by my phone? Am I getting too lost in a lot of errands that just seep my time and energy? What am I doing so wrong that I'm struggling to even do 1/10 of the amount that they were doing? If I know how much time everything is taking in my day, then at least I have some sort of idea of what I need to tackle first to get most of that time back. And I think this applies to a lot more people than just silly old me. I mean, think about it in your own life. When you first started doing something, it maybe took you an hour, 2 or 3. But as time went on, as you did it once and again and again and again, it started to take shorter and shorter time. We got comfortable, we got used to it. So we started just doing other things to fill the time. Daydreaming, picking up our phone, because in our mind, as long as we get it done by the time that we were supposed to get it by, then it's all good. And so something that has taken you an hour before, but now you can do it in 30 minutes, you still get it done in an hour. Which is why incorporating Parkinson's law can be such a lifesaver in situations like this. I mean, the script that you're hearing right now, before I started pumping out 3 videos a week, it took me like an hour and a half or 2 hours just to write a 5-minute script. It felt like a giant momentous task, some sort of beast that I have to chip away at one nudge after another so I can take it down. But now, I can set a timer on my phone for 30 minutes and I'll be fairly sure that I'll get it done by the end of those 30 minutes when the phone rings. And at one point this became my cue. When I got comfortable, I knew that this was the time to amp up the intensity because I was already too used and too comfortable at what I was doing already. And this doesn't mean that you can just go from 0 to 100 instantly. No one can do that. This video is just an encouragement to both of us that we can probably do more than we give ourselves credit for. It won't be in a day. Rome wasn't either. Why would you? But just says that we can extend our hands just a bit out farther than the day we did before. Just a bit farther, day by day. Speaking of, I should get more leads. Maybe this video will help. Actually, maybe I should just follow my own advice and do as this video says. I don't know, maybe I'll look in the description for all the goodies and I'll subscribe to myself because I'm looking to get to 1K by the end of the year, so bye.